Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm very excited because I just received in the new Jaclyn Cosmetics X Robin line. I purchased I think it was called the Luxe Eye bundle set or something like that. I don't remember what it was called, and I threw away the package, but it was, Oliver's right next to me. So that set came with the Dear Mom Matte Blush Palette. It also came with 5 inline eyeliners, and it also came with her new First Base eyeshadow primer. Then I also purchased the Pout Spoken lip liner and liquid lipstick in the shade Sweetheart. I also picked up her Powder Mauve Loose Setting Powder. So those are all the things that I purchased. So let's just talk about each of them. As you can see, I'm wearing them. You're about to watch the whole look, but I just want to go through what they are. So the first thing we'll talk about is the Dear Mom Matte Blush Palette. So it's an eyeshadow palette. It has 20 shades altogether and a nice range of colors. I feel like it's like more of a warmer tone, but there are a couple cool tones mixed in, so you can kind of get a dynamic look. I really like the packaging, and I really enjoyed using the palette today, so you'll see that in a minute. Next up, we'll talk about the Powder Mauve Loose Setting Powder. This is similar to me, the Maybelline Fit Me powder, but it's got a more finer consistency. So when it first went on, it looked super powdery, but then it somehow like set down or something. It was bizarre. I really enjoyed that. I think that that is a great product. The inline eyeliners, they were an eyeliner. You know, I loved the color Blackberry. I ended up using that on both my upper waterline and then also like to smudge out my eyeliner that I had put, well, it was an eyeliner, but the eyeshadow that I put on, and I just think the shade is really cool. I've never really messed around with using different colors, so that was fun. And then the charcoal, I did in my lower waterline, and I feel like that didn't really do anything. The other colors are just a black brown, and a bronze, so they're very basic, but it was a good eyeliner, and I didn't feel like the top one transferred to my lower waterline, so that's good. And her eyeshadow primer, it's more of a liquidy consistency than I'm used to for eyeshadow primers, but it worked out really well. So overall, I think that new collection, I also think that it's adorable. She did a collaboration with her mom. Like, that's freaking adorable. I don't know that anybody else has done that before, so that was genius. And you can see her and her mom inside the little palette there, so that's cute. I also just wanted to say, because my goal is to post this on Mother's Day, I don't know if that's going to happen, but if it is Mother's Day and you are celebrating, happy Mother's Day. I also just wanted to say, I know that this can be a very, very tough weekend for a lot of people for a variety of reasons. So if you're having a hard time, my thoughts and my prayers are with you. I hope that you find some peace and some joy in even the little things this weekend, and do whatever you need to just to get through it. Last year was a really rough Mother's Day for me, but I didn't even know at the time I was actually pregnant with Oliver, but I didn't find out until like 2 weeks later. So this year is going to be really, really awesome Mother's Day, and it's my first, so that's exciting. And John says he's spoiling me the entire weekend. I actually purchased this collection as a Mother's Day gift from myself, although John has informed me that Oliver has something up his sleeve for my Mother's Day gift, so I'm excited to see what that is. But that is all I'm going to ramble about for now. I hope you guys enjoy this video. We are now going to go ahead and get into the first impressions and me applying the things on the face. Okay, friends, so as you can see, I've done some on my face because I wanted to save you from 1, having to see my face, and 2, from me having to edit. So I did my foundation. We used the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation, and this is in the shade 2C3 Fresco. It's probably like a shade darker than I should be using because I still have my Winter Life on. I also used the Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing Primer. I used the Shiseido, what is this? Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Concealer in the shade 203 Light. Could have also gone down a shade in that to be more brightening, but that's fine. And then I set my concealer with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD setting powder in the shade 1 Vanilla. Everybody's obsessed with this. I'm not seeing the hype, sorry. So what my goal is today is that I have the new Jaclyn products that I want to try, and then I also have some of her old products, as I figured we'll just do a Jaclyn theme. So that's why I did those things, because I don't own her primer, because I saw mixed reviews about it and I didn't want to waste money. She doesn't have a foundation. I don't own her concealer, same thing, saw mixed reviews. And then she has a setting powder, which I have a version of it in front of me. This is the Luminous Powder Brilliant. Technically, this is a highlighter. However, I own it in a shade, and I think it's called like Lighten Up or something like that. But this is more of like a golden, like J-Lo situation. I own one in more of like a pinky light color, and I cannot find it. But I love setting my under eyes with that from her. So, yeah, I just don't know where it is. Otherwise, I would have done that, because I'm not really like loving that Makeup Forever one. But I had this to show you guys. I don't know if I'll be using it today, but we'll see. So, so I did foundation, I did primer, foundation, concealer, set my concealer. So next up will be I think I'm going to cream, I don't want to call it contour, because I don't contour, because I'm not cool enough. But I'm just going to get some bronzer and some cream blush on my cheeks before I set my face. So this is from the Jaclyn Hot Tropics line, I think it was called. I think it was summer last year, and this is in the shade Beachy. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use one of my very dirty, what are these called? Real Technique sponges. And I'm just gonna lightly tap into the skin. I have actually lately been only putting on the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint, I think is what it's called, and then doing a little bit of this Jaclyn Cosmetics cream bronzer, and it kind of just gives you exactly what you need. I don't even know why I'm doing this, because I'm about to just set it anyway, but it's fine. So I just put it like basically right under my cheek. Not super far down, like most people go right here, because I'm not contouring. It's more like just adding an extra layer of bronze after, you know? Okay, so I wanted to show you guys me using that. It has a really nice consistency. It's easy to blend out, so it's easy for us amateurs. Now I have the Rare Beauty Cream Blush in Nearly Mauve. I just realized I didn't grab myself a blush, but we'll deal with that at a later time. Okay. Same thing, I'm just plopping it on this Real Technique sponge. Now this is pretty pigmented, so I'm just going to use a tiny bit. My foundation didn't do a great job at covering, so hopefully her powder can help us with that. Okay. I just love this because I think it looks like a Polly Pocket, you know? Okay, so we have the Jaclyn X Robin Powder Mauve Loose Setting Powder, and this is in the shade Sheer Light. So the packaging is similar to that highlight I just showed you guys. I really like her packaging. Okay, let's see. The thing with Jaclyn Hill is that I know a lot of people don't like her. I personally like her. I don't like love her, but I like her. I just feel like she is very good at her job when it comes to being an influencer. Because literally she's so passionate about it that I want to buy anything she says. Like, she's talking about Abercrombie lately. I never even had a desire to shop at Abercrombie when I was the age to shop at Abercrombie, but now she has me wanting to shop at Abercrombie. Of course, you know, they're not very size inclusive, so it's not going to happen, but I just want to shop at Abercrombie now. Okay, so I have this huge Kabuki brush, So I have this huge Kabuki brush from e.l.f., I want to say. I can't talk today, I'm sorry guys. The label has worn off, but I'm pretty sure it was e.l.f. Okay, this is a very powdery powder. I'm gonna put it on this side of my face and then see if we can see a difference. Okay, what I like is it's definitely sheer. So like me doing my blush and bronzer action before was not a waste of time because you can still see it. So I do like that. And it doesn't look, I get my foundation in my nose very well. That's not the powder's fault. So even though it looked really powdery, it doesn't look powdery on the face, even though I haven't used like a setting spray or anything yet. So far so good. Apparently she said this was gonna like go viral. I don't know about that, but because it's not giving coverage. Like normally I use like a powder foundation to set, so I think I'm just used to having some coverage, but I really do think that looks nice. That passes the vibe check. Is that what the kids would say? Okay, so Jaclyn X Robin, Sheer Light, Powder Move, Loose Setting Powder. I would say that's a win. And I don't usually like loose setting powders. The only one I really like is the Fit Me one from Maybelline. I normally like the pressed powders, but that one I like because I feel like it has a very unique texture to it. It went on super powdery, which was terrifying, but then after that, it got its life together. So I say that is a win. Okay, now next up, I'm gonna go ahead and do my bronzer real quick. So I just have the Gucci Éclat Soleil. Éclat. I took French for 8 years and I retained how to say I am a pineapple. Je suis un ananas. That's how to say I am a pineapple, just so you know. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly because it's been a while, but I also know how to say eat fresh, manger frais, because when I was in French class in high school, I talked too much and I was talking about Subway one time. So my French teacher made me write an entire report in French about Subway. So I obviously had to sneak their slogan in there because, you know, how do you write up a paper about Subway without talking about that? So I will always remember that as well. Okay, so now next up we have some choices to make here. I have this highlighter from her. This was from her Hot Tropics collection. This is in the shade Star Power and it's a putty highlighter. I also have her The Flash highlighter palette here, which is dirty and disgusting, but I also have that. I think I might go with this Hot Tropics one because this one's like not as like blinding and intense. This is more of like a J-Lo glow. I always use that as my term, but that's the dream, you know? Having the J-Lo glow, that's the dream. And I'm just using a fan brush and just going up like that. I don't like this highlighter. Nope. But everything's fine. Okay, we're gonna be just fine. That highlighter is literally like clinging to some like acne that I have going on right now. So, I don't know. Okay, I just don't know. All right, I also I wanted to show you guys this like liquid highlighter from her, but I forgot to put it on before I did the powder. It's a High Gleams liquid highlighter. I'm not gonna mess with that because I did it one time and it came out horrific. Sometimes I can do it right, sometimes I can't. I couldn't find the blush that I wanted to use, so we're just gonna go with the Peach Twist from MAC. It's a sheer tone blush. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it, but nothing too crazy. It really doesn't go with that mauve that we put on earlier, but here we are, okay? This is what happens when you show up to an amateur's channel. Okay, so that's that. Now that we did all the face things, I'm gonna go ahead and spray myself with some Fix Plus here. It would help if I opened it. And then I'm gonna take my Real Technique sponge and lightly press that in. And I'm talking very lightly because you don't want to move anything you just put on there. I actually think that I saw that tip from Jaclyn herself, now that I'm in the middle of doing it. Okay, so now we're going to get into the eyes. Boom. So I purchased the Luxe Legacy Eye Kit. So it came with the Dear Mom eyeshadow palette. It came with the first base eyeshadow primer. And then it came with all 5 of the inline eyeliners. I mostly just couldn't decide on which eyeliner I wanted to get. And then when I saw there was a bundle, I don't even think there was a discount to buy the bundle. I just think that it was bundled together for our convenience. So I just couldn't say no. I also picked up the Pout Spoken lip liner and liquid lipstick in the shade Sweetheart because I thought that was cute. And before I forget to say, I'm going to be using some of the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe brushes that I got. And then I also have one of her lip oils to go over that Sweetheart shade. This is in the shade Candy Drip. Just because I'm not like a major liquid lip girl, so I kind of need something to pucker up, you know? And then I also have a couple options from her Jaclyn Eye Toppers. This is a shimmer top coat in North Star and Glassy, and we'll see once I come up with the eye look which one will be better. Just mentioning that now so I don't forget. So we're going to start with that first base eyeshadow primer. You can see I've never used it, brand new. I like the packaging. I like the black and gold. That's cute. There's probably like a sophisticated way to do this, but oh, it comes with a little applicator. Okay, so I'm just gonna go like that. Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, I'm just gonna go like this. Okay, and then because I'm a barbarian, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply with my finger. I'm used to using my ring finger. I'm gonna put a little too much. It's funny because I'm used to using the paint pot from MAC, and this is like obviously incredibly different from that. So this is kind of like the Smashbox eyeshadow primer, I want to say, but it's like a little bit more liquidy than that one. I feel like that one comes out a little thicker. Okay, I mean, I was a little nervous at first because it was pretty liquidy, but it seemed to dry down quick, so that's good. Okay, so now we're gonna get into this palette. So you can see the back, they have pictures of like moms and daughters, I think. Oh, there's some boys too. And then the front is Jaclyn and her mom. And this particular packaging was exclusive to Jaclyn Cosmetics website. Okay, I don't know how to get this out. There we go. Ooh, so the front, it says Dear Mom, and it's got that beautiful rose, and it's got like a 3D J over here. And she said this was her handwriting, which I thought was cute. And then another picture of her and her mom, and it says, "Thank you for raising me to be the woman I am today. All of my strengths and best attributes are a direct reflection of you. You are my forever role model and my forever best friend. Thank you for choosing to be my mom. This one's for you." That's adorbs. Okay, so these are all the colors. I am not going to swatch them because I'm not a professional. Although I reserve the right to swatch in the future when the Holy Spirit calls on me to do so. I do like how large these pans are, although I am the type that I have so many eyeshadow palettes that I would never hit pan anyway. Okay, and then in terms of the eyeliners, we have one called Smooth, which is a black brown. We have one called, oh, they're all smooth. Smooth Bronze. Smooth Charcoal, which looks like a gray. Smooth Blackberry, which might be the one I'm using because I want to be like a little different. And then Smooth Black. So I might do Blackberry on the top and then maybe do the bronze in my waterline. Maybe that's what we'll do. So we can play with two, you know, any excuse. Although that charcoal is kind of cool. Maybe I'll use charcoal. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill JH32. And I am going to start with the shade So Ucky right here. And I'm just like windshield wiper situation, going back and forth. It's blending very nicely, even for an amateur such as myself. I just realized I didn't grab any eyebrow stuff, so I have to grab some eyebrow stuff for myself after, because we can't be doing a full face and not do the eyebrows, okay? So that went very well. That took me like 5 seconds to blend that. Next, I'm gonna take this JH33, which is more of like a precise crease brush. I think I'm gonna go with this shade Buddy down here. This time I'm gonna stay very close in the crease. Mostly focusing on the outside. Yeah, this is working out very well. If you're like newer at eyeshadow, this is a good palette, because that's why I like ColourPop so much, because it's like foolproof, and I feel like this is working out just like that. And I'm picky about eyeshadow palettes because I feel like if you're gonna charge them a good amount of money, which I think this was around $50, like I need you to be easy to use and stuff, you know? I don't need to work for it. Okay, friends, we just had a whole situation with an SD card. My IT department, aka John, is at work, so I tried to switch to a different SD card on my camera, and that's also not participating today. So I had to switch to my phone. All this to say, short story long, if the lighting or angle is different now in this shot, you know why. Okay, so where were we? We were talking about ColourPop palettes and just the fact that I'm obsessed with them. And I'm loving this palette so far. Okay, so first of all, you guys didn't tell me my hair is atrocious, so I just apologize for what you're looking at there. But we got those two shades in. We did the So Ucky and Buddy shades. And then, of course, the cat's gonna show up now. Of course, the cat's gonna show up. The baby is almost on the verge of waking up as well, so we have limited time, and of course, the cat is gonna show up. Okay, so next up, because we're just running out of time here, I just wanna get this apple pie shade. That's all I want in life. I just wanna be able to get this apple pie shade on my eyelid. That's all I want. That's all I want, Nala. Okay, so we're gonna take this apple pie. Okay, you're gonna be okay. And we have it on there. I'm just gonna use a little Fix Plus on the brush like I know what I'm doing, and just pop that on the lid, as the cool people say. I like this because it's like, it looks gold, but then you put it on and it's got like a green tint to it that you don't expect. Please go away. Sir. Thank you. My cat is a girl, but I'm calling her sir. Fabulous. Okay, next up I'm gonna take, oh, I'm sorry, the brush that I used for that was JH41 to put that on the lid. Next up, I'm gonna be using the JH43 brush, and I'm taking the Because I Said So shade, which is like a black, and it looks like it has a little shimmer in it actually. And I'm just gonna press that over here because I'm too lazy to get out some liquid eyeliner. So I just pressed that in the outer half of my eye line area, and we're gonna take this Blackberry shade. So I did it in the upper waterline area, and then I also used it to just smudge out my fake eyeliner trick that I just did. I clearly can't talk today, which is kind of cool. It's giving it like kind of like a smudgy cranberry situation. I'm enjoying that. Okay, and then next up we're taking the eyeliner in the shade Smooth Charcoal, and I'll put that in the lower waterline. I don't feel like that charcoal one is anything to write home about, but I really like the blackberry, smooth blackberry. That was cool. Okay, now I'm just gonna take a little bit of something and go under. I think I'm gonna take this Pudding Girl right there, that like peachy shade, because why not? And I'm just gonna smudge a little down here. I like that. This was a very easy to use palette. This is a good like everyday situation. Okay, now I'm gonna just go ahead and pop on one of these eyeshadow toppers just for the interest of using it because I want to talk about it. I think I'm gonna use this one because it's more of what the apple pie looks like. This is the North Star in the shimmer top coat. What I like about this top coat of hers is it's got like a wet consistency. And it's kind of nice if you're doing like minimal makeup and you just kind of want to pop something on to give yourself a little something something. I don't think it was at all necessary with that eyeshadow that I used from the palette because that gave enough. So I don't think it was necessary, but we just do unnecessary things over here, okay? All right, so I have my Anastasia Brow Wiz product in the shade medium brown. And I'm just doing like light strokes in my areas where my eyebrows are sparse. And then just following like the curve. And I do not do like chiseled brows or any of that nonsense. And I say nonsense because it's nonsense for me, but if you like a chiseled brow, life is short. Do what you want. So if you like your brows to be chiseled, you do you. I just don't have the time for it. My son is definitely awake. Life is good over here in the Costco household. Life is good. Those are his fake cries. Son, I'm just finishing my eyebrows and then I'll be right with you. Okay, so I just used the Gimme Brow Shade 3 from Benefit Cosmetics. And I will be right back because he needs his pacifier. So, mom life. Okay, I'm back. He's directly next to me now, so if you see me reaching over, it's because I'm giving him his pacifier. I'm a little out of breath because I just dragged over the bassinet end while carrying him. Okay, so I'm almost wrapped up here. I'm using my Shiseido eyelash curler next to curl these lashes so they can just fall down and be flat in 5 minutes anyway. That's where we're at. But they sure do look nice for those 5 minutes. And then I'm using the Lancome Idole, no one knows. Except the girl who took French for 8 years and should know, but she doesn't. What I like about this mascara, recommended by one of my besties, is that it's like defining. So it doesn't like get you all clumpy, you know? But I feel like that looks really wonderful. I think that's a great everyday palette. Okay, so now I'm going to spritz my face, if you will. I thought that was the last step, but I remembered we're doing the lip stuff. So that's really the last step. But I'm taking my Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray. Spritzing that. And we're going in with the Pout Spoken Lip Liner in the shade Sweetheart. So it's kind of like this, I don't know, I guess you could call it like a mauve. It's like something between a mauve and a true pink. Like a berry, mauve meets a berry maybe. And I like to overline my lips because if I'm gonna do the trouble, might as well look good. I really enjoy her lip liners because I feel like they're creamy, but they're forgiving. They're not so creamy that you can make like a total mess with them. So they're good for people like me who are not professionals at this, you know? If you're the everyday gal, that'll work for you. Okay, so now we're doing the liquid, what does she call these? She calls them, yeah, liquid lipstick. Pout Spoken liquid lipstick. Also in the shade Sweetheart. I love her liquid lips as well, even though like I'm not a liquid lip person, because they don't feel like super drying, but they last all day. Okay, so then the last step is going to be this Jaclyn Cosmetics Candy Drip. I think these were called lip oils. They were also from the summer collection, I want to say. I don't know if they're still available. I'm sure she'll come up with these again though, because Oliver agrees, because the people liked it, I believe, if I remember correctly. And I'm just gonna go like this so I'm not ruining anything. I really like how that lip oil added to the situation. All right, kids, well, that is it. We did the look, made the dreams come true. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a comment below. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye.